The idea for the Wooster Opportunity Loan Fund came from conversations we were having with the City Council and the administration here in Worcester back in the spring of 2006. We recognized that there were many state opportunities to receive help and funding for businesses of 50 employees or more, but when you got down to the entrepreneurs and the upstarts, there were technically no funding mechanisms to help those kind of people grow, yet those were the ones that tended to bring the new vitality into a community. So those were the conversations that got the whole thing started, is how to help the entrepreneurs.
The initial thought process behind forming the Barberton Community Development Corporation was to provide economic development assistance for Barberton area companies, whether it be expansion or relocation. We are a economic development arm of the City of Barberton. We provide funding to businesses in the form of loans, low interest loans, for a variety of projects, whether it be new construction, equipment, facade improvements, with several different areas. We've also started a new initiative called the Barberton Growth Fund, which is a collaboration with Jumpstart to provide financing for new startup companies.
The genesis for the Canton Entrepreneur Launch Fund was basically job creation. There have been a couple of ways traditionally in Canton that we've done that, and that has been either job attraction or job retention. This is kind of a third method that we've been looking at recently, which is organic growth. And we thought the best way to do that was to create a fund that would allow entrepreneurs in our area who've had great ideas for a long time submit a business plan to the city, create a commission that would then vet those applications and try to pick the best one to provide funding for them, and then they can locate their business here in Canton.
Really, we're looking to help the upstarts grow. The moms and pop shops tend to bring the new synergy into a community. So we have a company called Manuscript Tracker, a fellow, one individual that had an idea and got started, and now he's got a place in town and a few employees, and looking at hopefully doing some nationwide distribution of his product. So hopefully it will be one of our growing companies here in town in the next few years.
Well, we have a unique opportunity here in the city. We have a Barberton Community Foundation, which partners with the Barberton Community Development Corporation, and we see by us combining the expertise of these two organizations, it provides a lot of opportunities for companies that you may not get in another community. The Barberton Community Foundation is sitting on roughly $90,000 in assets. So that, accompanied with what our organization does and the different funding sources we have to help businesses, it again provides a unique opportunity where we can focus on several different areas within the city to provide assistance, whether it's an educational initiative, job growth, workplace readiness program. There's a lot of areas that we touch on.
I think the Entrepreneur Launch Fund could shape the city in a few ways. One, I think obviously we hope to create more jobs. That's the ultimate goal of just about any development program that we have. I think the second thing, though, is to create a culture of entrepreneurship. We want people to know that Canton is a place not only that you can come to work, but a place that you can bring good new ideas to, and that we're kind of a safe haven for creativity. And I think we've started to do that. I think we've got a long ways to go, but I think this is a great first step into letting people know that entrepreneurs are welcome here and that we have funding available for you.
The primary industry focus of the fund is job creation and wealth building within our community. We had a company, Rubbermaid, started in Wooster, Ohio many years ago. Ended up being a company that employed over 1,400 people in our community in very good, high-paying jobs. And Yet it started out making dustpans with very few individuals, and so we hope and are encouraging that kind of growth.
We're targeting new companies, startup companies, new technology, high technology. We also have, we're focusing on an industrial park right now that we received $1.6 million from the federal government to provide infrastructure. And the entire 120-acre site is designed specifically for high-tech industries.
We don't have a primary industry focus, I'll be honest. The first first winning submission that we had was actually not one that we were looking for. It was more of an industrial-based group that actually created a line of very high-tech, unique fishing hooks. We were promoting more towards the science, the tech fields, internet-based jobs, green initiatives, more of the new age types of job fields that you see. However, that's why we didn't streamline it and make it too limited, because we really wanted anybody with a great idea to submit to us and then let the commission decide what the best fit for Canton would be.
We also are looking at different funding opportunities right now where we can develop into partnerships with neighboring cities. Instead of having a strict focus just on Barberton, looking at possibly joining up with another bordering community or two other bordering communities to create another area of economic development.
Well, we do have the Entrepreneur Launch Fund set up only in Canton right now. You have to locate your business in the city of Canton. However, we'll take submissions from not only the county, but also the entire Northeast Ohio region, or anyone around the country that's willing to relocate to the city of Canton for their business. We also are part of the Jumpstart Entrepreneurial Network, so we're working with them to help partner with other funds, hopefully in the future. We're not there quite yet, but with their network, we've been able to promote not only to Canton and the greater Canton area, but also to all of Northeast Ohio.
It's amazing how if you have a project and you have our partners, whether it be the Northeast Ohio Trade and Economic Consortium, whether it's a Summit County Port Authority, the Greater Akron Chamber of Commerce, you can pick up the phone and get all of your economic development partners or team members into a meeting at short notice.
Officially, we had our official launch on December 2nd of 2010 with the fund. We are using Jumpstart to help us vet people who have applied to the fund. We had our first receivers of loan monies in May of 2011. We had two applicants that went through the whole vetting process and were recommended to Wooster Growth to fund. One was the company called Manuscript Tracker. A fellow by the name of Brian Boyer started that. The second is a company started by Jim Pooler called JPN Incorporated, and they make vibration blocks for like roof air conditioning units. So we have two in process right now, and I know there are more applications being vetted at the present time through Jumpstart for us. So.
We've assisted companies small, large, from one employee to hundreds of employees. These our loans we range into the millions, and our lowest loan is $10,000. So it's been very beneficial to the city, to the businesses in the city. A lot of times we've put deals together where if we hadn't been here, a company couldn't have expanded. They couldn't have purchased that equipment. And that's one of the roles we're proud to be able to serve.
The hopes and goals for the Entrepreneur Launch Fund are definitely to grow. Right now we have another $50,000 available for another round of funding. I think right now we have a somewhat restricted fund. The funds are not particularly flexible. There's some very specific things that you can use the monies for job creation. Beyond that, we really need to try to partner with some private entities out there that will allow the funding to do more of what the entrepreneurs need.
This really was a group effort by a lot of individuals in the Worcester area, past business folks that knows what it takes to get a company up and started and going. The group of entrepreneurs that have the burn in their belly and their enthusiasm and want to move forward, and City Council, the Worcester Community Hospital Board, and the Worcester Community Hospital, and Worcester Growth Corporation. So it's a true group effort, and I don't think it could work without that.
Our ultimate goal, in my opinion, is to continue to grow the fund, continue to grow our corporation. Right now we have not only our loan portfolio, we have several buildings that we own and we lease out. Right now we are redeveloping, we just closed a couple weeks ago on the purchase of the former Cyberling Tire and Rubber Company. And we are in the process of going through Clean Ohio assistance funds, remediating the site, and getting it ready to lease to tenants. So my ultimate goal is to be able to provide opportunities through buildings like that that could attract companies to Barberton, where they can come in, they can get affordable lease rates and be able to expand and grow their companies.
The Canton Entrepreneur Launch Fund was truly a partnership effort. We partnered with Jumpstart, Y Stark, which is a young professional network we have here in the Small Business Development Center at Kent State Stark. Those three organizations really made this possible. The city obviously provided the funding and the idea. After that, we had Y Stark, which really has a great marketing platform with young professionals in this area. The Small Business Development Center jumped in because they have the people that are already there with ideas for small businesses. So those three ideas right there, we had the basis for what was needed to create the program. Jumpstart really came in and sealed the deal for us, because none of those three groups that I just spoke about earlier, Jumpstart, the city, or the Small Business Development Center, had done a program like this. And Jumpstart obviously has the experience in that area. They came in and really set the groundwork for how the program was going to work, how to set up the commission, how to vet the applications, and really how to get everything started. And without Jumpstart, I can tell you, or any of the other organizations, the program wouldn't have happened, and we're really thrilled to have them as a partner.
Well, the Barberton Growth Fund that we launched is a partnership with Jumpstart. We launched that in September of last year. The purpose of that fund is to target new startup companies that need capital up front. That loan fund allows for loans up to $50,000 at a prime rate of interest. The payments and interest are deferred until year 4, so the first 3 years there's no payments required. Right now we've had quite a bit of interest in that program. We haven't executed our first loan under that program yet, but it's been a great opportunity for us to partner with an organization as strong as Jumpstart.
Jumpstart's an organization that has shown itself as a great incubator of new entrepreneurs. They've been able to determine who has the potential for success and who doesn't, and they are a great vetting organization. So they have that expertise, and we've asked them to help with the process of gleaning down a large group of applicants into a pool that is worth full consideration of funding. And so we love the partnership there. It's worked very well for us, and we look forward to the future.